Glitches are nothing new in Souls games, and today we're going to revisit what may have been the most busted Souls glitch of all time. The Fire's Deadly Sin glitch in Elden Ring. If you're unfamiliar with this glitch, then consider yourself lucky because it was the bane of PvP early on in this game's existence, especially when you could do things like this. Our friend Devi put it best when he said, "I can't get over how diabolic this all looks. Some guy shows up, sets himself on fire, and then horribly impales people when they get too close. But what if I told you that's just scratching the surface of how busted this glitch was? It gets worse. Much worse." We'll get to that in a minute, but first, a brief introduction. Hi everyone, my name is Ghost Riposte, and I'm guest narrating this video for my friend Dunbeetle, but now going by Perry Dogsicle, who wrote the script. He also provided most of the footage in this video, which I then edited together. This is our second collaboration. We recently made a video retrospective of the Demon's Souls remake that I'll link to in the description below. That video was hosted on my channel, and so to return the favor, I agreed to guest narrate and edit this video for Dunbeetle's channel. So without further ado, let's revisit the most busted glitch in Elden Ring. Fire's Deadly Sin by itself doesn't seem like anything special. It's an incantation that sets you on fire for about 45 seconds, dealing damage to both the caster and any opponents who happen to be near him. Sounds fair, right? The problem is that at launch, the incantation was bugged so that it would also apply status effects you happen to have on your weapon. Enter Death Blight, a status effect that causes instant death. Because it can instantly kill you, there's only a few ways to inflict Death Blight upon other players. One way to do so is to use the Death Flare weapon art of the Eclipse Shotel, which allows you to inflict Death Blight buildup on your opponent with each hit. There are drawbacks to doing this the normal way. The Eclipse Shotel has a short range and Death Blight has to build up a status bar on your opponent before taking effect. So if an adversary notices that you're trying to inflict Death Blight, they can pretty easily run away and try to dodge your attacks until the weapon art has worn off and their status effect bar has gone back down. But combining Fire's Deadly Sin with the Eclipse Shotel's weapon art would make it so that Death Blight was automatically applied to your opponent just by being close, meaning that you could apply it by simply running or rolling around them. Also, no status effect bar would appear with the glitch, so your opponent had no way of knowing when Death Blight would actually kick in. As if that wasn't bad enough, remember, we told you, it gets worse. This glitch also worked with the Erdtree Great Shield. The weapon art on the Erdtree Great Shield, called Golden Retaliation, is supposed to parry spells if timed properly, resulting in a golden beam firing back at your opponent. But with the Fire's Deadly Sin glitch, the Erdtree Great Shield acted as if it was reflecting spells all the time. So if someone ran away when you were trying to apply Death Blight, you could continuously shoot laser beams at them without spending any FP. Crazy, right? Well, guess what? There's still more. You could also combine this glitch with the Deathbed Dress. The Deathbed Dress is armor that's supposed to gradually replenish the HP of nearby allies. Ironically, when combined with the glitched status effect of the Eclipse Shotel, this healing item could instead be used to apply Death Blight to your allies. Let me repeat what I just said. You could use this glitch as a summoned cooperator to apply Death Blight to a host. And because hosts and cooperators can't normally damage one another in combat, there's nothing an unsuspecting host could do to fight back before they'd end up dramatically impaled on a tree. It's not hard to see why this glitch was patched out. However, in typical FromSoft fashion, it was more of a half patch. Although FromSoft quickly patched out the Fire's Deadly Sin glitches we've mentioned in this video, they didn't patch it out for all the status effects. It didn't take long for players to realize that Fire's Deadly Sin could still be combined with the incantation Bloodflame Blade. This had the same effect of building up bleed simply by being in proximity to your opponent. Not as bad as instant death, but still really unfair and annoying. It took about another year for them to patch that one out. If you look at our channels, it should be obvious that we absolutely love Souls games and From Software, but there's no denying that there's been some pretty busted bugs throughout the history of the Souls series. For us, the Fire's Deadly Sin glitch is still by far the most busted one to have ever existed in Elden Ring, and it's also quite possibly the most busted Souls glitch of all time. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. You can do all of that for Perry Dogsicle right here on his channel, and I'll drop a link to my channel, Ghost Riposte, in the description below. Thanks for watching.